Welcome to Board Game Homies, where a group of friends play, review, and share about all things board games. Sitting around the table today are
Reed,
Becky,
Gillian,
and I am Angela. Today we're living in a world of anxiety as we finally, for the first time ever, discuss our top 10 games of all time. Whoa. Guys, this is heavy.
individual top 10 lists, not combined top 10.
Yeah, that's even more different.
we might start arguing. It could happen.
I hope so.
Well, more than likely we are going to shame somebody at this table for their bad list.
Read
Yeah.
I know. I feel like I'm going to start it off with a bombshell. So
Monopoly, man.
no.
I mean, 6 seconds ago, you were trying to switch 10, 15, 7, 3. I was like, what is going on in this corner?
For listeners, Reed has a habit of making 15 lists before settling on one that lasts all of 10 minutes.
Look, this is the only thing about not giving everything a point value for this list is that I didn't get 8 different lists from Reed that I had to then score, put back in, and then take back out. So, man.
It's just going to happen live.
Oh, no.
We're professionals.
in Reed's defense, I do have 8 different lists on my spreadsheet
Oh,
to
my
get to the point of where
word.
I'm at. And
Oh,
I
my
deleted one or two.
Becky
so.
needs a spreadsheet to figure out her top 10.
Well, my gosh. I'm like, we are going to make a mistake and someone's going to have 11 games and be like, actually, this was my number 1, but I miscounted.
No, I think it's going to be on purpose for someone at the table.
Reed.
Reed.
Well, now I'm at 3 number 7, so I got to
I mean, not even 5 minutes ago, it was 2 number 7.
The fun way this is going to work is we're going to go round robin, and we are going to say what each of our games are for that number. We're not going to do too much of a deep dive into the games, gameplay, aesthetics, all of those pieces. But we are going to talk a little bit about the games, probably be a little shock and odd. Definitely going to be a lot judgy of each other's games. And around it'll go. This podcast is also going to be split into 2. So sorry. You will hear 10 through 6 and a bunch of sass today. And then we'll see you in 2 weeks for the 5 through 1, plus a little bit more of what made it, what didn't, and how much do we think Reed messed up our list. So,
And hopefully the top 5 doesn't change between,
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I mean, we are recording
We're
this
recording
all
at the same
together.
time, but I don't know, there might be a pause, and then Reed will have to rethink
I
her
know.
top 5
Maybe
before we record.
Maybe just leave it blank and we'll do a voiceover that's like, and number 4 is played by B.
Wait, I love that we all were just like, oh my gosh, it could change in the next 2 weeks, but we are literally recording
But we might
the whole
pause,
thing.
and then Reed will have to rethink her top 5.
no bathroom breaks. That's like cheating on the SATs. Actually, Reed is in live time still scoring her list. So, oh gosh.
Oh, you guys are fun.
And no take backsies, Reed. Like, oh, actually, no, my number 6 is my number 5.
I am not guaranteeing no take backsies. So
Oh, no.
This is why you should follow us on Instagram for Reed's read list.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. All the things Reed wished she had done. The thing is, sometimes our text thread, when Reed is feeling a certain way, gets filled with so many pub meeples. Nobody asked for them. Nobody was talking about them. And it's 6 a.m. and there's now a bunch of like, I think these are my top 10, but maybe not. And then here's my other top 10.
well, the funny thing is, it just does top 9 usually.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't have to think about 10. So this is a really big stretch for me. To, like, what's one make it? And then ranking in order. I usually am just like, these are top 10 vibes. And now this was really hard to actually have to put them in specific order.
Yeah, and I panic anytime someone finds out I like board games. They're like, oh, like what? And then I say, what is my favorite board game of all time? And then I know that the answers are always going to be a little bit weird because I was like, let me tell you about making instruments in the Baroque era, which is literally what I said at lunch the other day. So
I was very surprised that was a game you brought up, but the question was, what has been a game you've liked recently? So it made sense, but I was very surprised that's the one you went to.
I did also clarify that I loved the thematic. The
Yes.
theme was what I wanted. And the thing that I said that I'd been enjoying gameplay-wise was... Wow, Becky, you
No,
really
I
don't
know.
pay attention to me when I talk.
I was really thinking about my cafe. Okay, I was like, I need some tea and I need some soup and a sandwich.
We were
I was
playing
very
Cafe Barras.
focused.
It was Slambo, Becky.
Oh yes, yes,
Wow.
yes.
You forgot about Slambo?
Yeah. Shame.
Okay.
Maybe that's going to be my number 7.
Yeah, I bet it is. Yeah.
Now she has 4.
What if number
No,
three?
she's
Reed is
adding
actively
it.
editing her list right now.
I can't edit because it's a screenshot, so I'm just drawing over it. So I've got some diagrams.
Please save it so people can see what it looks like.
It's my shame.
It's our shame, too, to be honest with you. This list was really hard for me to kind of put together also because I didn't know how to rank them. Like, is this, like, objectively the best games? And instead I thought about my birthday coming up and said, what games would I want to play on my birthday in a specific order? And that's how I came to make my list, which I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm sorry.
So it's more of games you want to get played.
No, it's like games that fill my heart with joy so that if I was looking for a nice, warm, comforting time and you said, hey, do you want to play this game? I'd say, oh my gosh, yes, I love that game. Even though I love lots of games, that's how I tried to do it. How'd you do yours?
Kind of the same, just like in general, what games have I enjoyed over time the most?
I started by pulling Gillian's BGG collection into board game.
Pub
Pub Meeple. And there are way too many games on there, so I just kind of had to scroll through and just add the ones. I think I started with like 40 games on there that I knew could be in the top, and then I narrowed it down, and so like then I did the next 20 in a Pub Meeple, and then I got it down to 12, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot 2 of my favorite games. So then I didn't fully start over, but I kind of had to start over. And so I've pretty much taken the same 14 games and done that over and over again, with some added, some taken away.
I will say, I did follow up my initial vibes with a similar thing that Becky did, where I looked at all the games I played, I pulled out the top 50 that I had, and then I did a Pub Meeple to do it. And it pretty much confirmed what I had done just off the cuff on my own. Like, what are my favorite games? And so it was pretty similar to what I had imagined.
That's the bonus Patreon episode is Gillian's Top 50.
Ooh.
That comes after the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So. Oh, we do have a YouTube channel.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah, 2 people who accidentally hit follow.
Reed and Angela.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Angela doesn't even follow us on YouTube. It's sad.
No, I can't have my
Or on
rating go down.
Instagram or anything
What will
like
people think if they see I follow us?
Yeah, in doing this exercise, I feel like there's some identity and like passion that I have for the games in my top 10. And I'm like, well, I don't want to lose this. This is something that I've been talking about being my favorite game for a long time. So I feel like my list got a little sentimental where I was like, I don't play this all the time, but I do love it.
Also, and I feel like the reason why we're going on, the preamble before the list, is because none of us know each other's lists. And so it's going to be an interesting reveal for each of us, I think.
Oh my God, it's like a gender reveal party gone real sideways, and I'm here for it. Well, without further ado, guys, let's jump into 10 through 6. Here we go. Starting at number 10, we have
Cosmic Encounter.
Concordia.
Brass Birmingham.
the Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle Earth / Seven Wonders Duel.
Okay. You said we are not allowed to have 2 games, and those are 2 different games.
I think she's calling them the same game.
No, but they're not the same
It's like a
game.
re-implementation
No,
of the
you're
same.
already cheating on number.
Yeah,
the
you
very
are kind of
first
cheating.
one.
Which is your preference?
It is the Lord of the Rings Duel because of the aesthetic and the play. But for those of you who don't know, it also is based on 99% this other game called Seven Wonders Duel.
Okay.
I will
different.
say, like, I wasn't initially a fan of the theme, or not theme. I was a fan of the theme, but I still really liked Seven Wonders Duel. But eventually the Duel for Middle Earth won me over in terms of its like theme over Seven Wonders Duel.
It is very good.
They are similar, but not exactly the same.
Reed, I am kind of surprised Brass is your number 10, but I was more upset that Angela cheated after she said multiple
I
times
know, it
that
took
we
the
can't cheat.
fanfare that.
Oh,
But,
about your bomb, your little drop bomb there, buddy.
I feel like Reed only put Brass Birmingham in her top 10 because we gave her some
Oh, God. No.
stuff.
Gillian.
No, it genuinely made it, and I was surprised and delighted by that.
I am surprised Brass made your list. I think think you've been...
You keep saying that it's not in your top 10.
Yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah,
think it's
you
a top
make-
10 game for me.
You make bold statements after we play Brass where you go, this isn't in my top 10.
I love playing Brass. I will never turn down a play of Brass. I don't own Brass. It is the only game in my top 10 that I do not own.
Wow.
Well, you're slated to own it eventually.
I am.
when-
As soon as you all get your non-peasant copies, I know
Yeah.
that I'm going to end it.
Wow.
Wow.
End up with it. I will not just take it and throw it in the
Unless you
garbage.
end up
I will-
liking Brass Pittsburgh so much more, and then you have to get Pittsburgh and throw Brass in the trash.
She can have 2 brasses. She has so much board game
She
shelf
does.
space now.
Oh, yeah. Any
Also,
other...
as an aside, we just moved back into our house. So,
I did. We'll talk about that maybe on our next podcast because Gillian spent the morning putting together my board game shelves, as in the games on the shelves.
And
You
she
should have
has-
put them in top 10 order.
Ooh.
well,
yeah.
we couldn't
Well, it would have
reveal
been
that,
top
yeah.
9 because I don't have Brass.
Like a puppy ball, it would have been easier. Anything else surprising about folks' Becky, you put Concordia?
Yes. Concordia last year was not close to my top 10. I think it, I don't know, maybe between 10 and 20, but it really, like, it's such a good game. And I didn't talk about this earlier when I was talking about all the pub meeples that I did, but I did struggle with thinking about, like, truly what are my all-time favorites. And so when I would see the 2 board games together, I would have to, like, close my eyes and, like, envision, like, Concordia board on the table and then maybe another game that's next and, like, think about how I felt about it. And so it was also hard to, like, separate how the games feel playing with the people who I play them with, which is mostly you guys. So, like, that was definitely coming into my ranking, and I was trying to keep it out of there because, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it should qualify what number it is, but also you guys make games fun. So.
No, I kind of get it, and that's why my number 10 Cosmic Encounter was strange for me because we collectively, the 4 of us, haven't played it together.
No.
I have not played it in 2 years, and admittedly, I've only gotten it played like less than 10 times total, but I think it's just every time I've played, it's been a blast. And so I think that definitely plays into my, my enjoyment of it and the reason why it made my top 10.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh, he's going off pure vibes. That is a vibes game for Gillian.
Well, other than Angela cheating, that was probably the biggest bomb that you just dropped, that it's a game that we've never played together, but it is in your top 10.
Yeah. Ooh, good one, Reed. I mean, not a good one that you put Brass 10, but whatever. Bouncing over to number 9, we have...
Dune Imperium Uprising.
The King is Dead 2nd edition.
Ooh, I love both of those games. Daybreak.
Clans of Caledonia.
I am upset that Dune Imperium Uprising is number 9 on Gillian's list. I almost couldn't even say mine. I don't know if you saw it on my face, but I was like, oh, what? Gillian.
It just, in terms of like comparing it to all the other games on my list, it was one that I do really love, Dune Imperium Uprising, but everything above it, I think I'll enjoy them more.
Wow.
Wow.
Obviously, a top 10. but
Yeah. No, I'm struggling with this information.
Yeah, you're like having it like you short circuit.
You're like, I don't even know if I know Gillian anymore.
Exactly.
Hey, at least it made my top 10.
Okay, that's true.
Wow, yeah, that's valid. Yeah.
I am surprised that it's this low for you, Gillian.
I just, it's no longer as fun when you just win all the time.
Sorry, Angela doesn't know what that feeling is like in that game, except
Well,
for that one time.
Except for Brass. But Brass, I
But
feel
not
like just gets
Dune.
better for you.
She's still looking
won-
at me
I
like
won
mad about it.
once in
You
Dune.
score. Yeah, you cheated. You cheated so hard. It was an accident, but you cheated.
I told her the wrong rule for her character, and so she played by those rules, and at the end I was like, actually, that's wrong.
Doesn't matter. A victory, my friend, is a victory. You are welcome.
in the app, it is. Sure.
Reed, how did you get to your choice?
Daybreak. I adore the solo play of Daybreak. I love a tag. I've talked about Daybreak a lot, and I love the science. It's just a game that I enjoy playing every time I play it. And it brings a lot of like world anxiety with it. So I'm like, oh, I like that it feels like I'm being productive in my life while worrying about the earth while playing a board game.
And losing horribly to,
I know.
the detriment of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you win the solo a lot?
I do win the solo a lot. We've only won together once, I think.
It took us so long to win once together that we then like hit our peak and said never again.
It just makes me so sad.
That is the, like, of all the games that have been mentioned so far, that's the one game where I'm like, nah.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh no!
And I will say, like, I'm excited that Clans of Caledonia made at least one list. I wonder if it makes other people's lists.
I really like that game more so. Certainly, the more I've played it, there is something just about the little people and getting the things. I couldn't tell you, and I wouldn't have said that Clans after I played it for the first few times was going to make the list, but it really captured me. Yeah.
Yeah, notably, we have not, both Angela and I own the expansion, but we have not played it. The expansion.
It's on the big board.
Yeah, it's on the big board.
2026 big board we have to get done.
I have played... Oh, burp.
Yeah. Did you burp
I
yourself?
have...
She went poot poot.
Yeah, she went poot poot.
I have played that game so many fewer times than you all have. And we brought just the base game, I think, to the table a few months ago. And I loved it. I thought it was amazing. My favorite part is the scoring, how you score the tobacco, not bamboo, whatever it looks sugarcane and cotton. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's a really fun element at the end of the game.
Yeah, like scoring the one that was taken the least. Because then you're trying to get the most but the least.
Yeah, and all the contracts have different rare goods on them. So, yeah.
Yeah, there seems like so many ways to win. There doesn't...
And it has asymmetric clans, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I like the asymmetry in the thing. Although Dune Imperium also has asymmetry, which I like. So
I definitely go towards the same clans in that game, but I do love it. I love like making my little distillery at the little lake in the middle, and I just think about my happy cows and then the delicious cheese. It brings me a lot of joy.
If it's available, I can never not take the whiskey clan because
I know.
I love
Such
making
a you
whiskey. I'm
clan.
like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh, man.
Anyway, King is dead, Becky.
Yeah, I was just going to say, The King is Dead. I really enjoy that game, and I think some of the enjoyment is that you don't necessarily have a player, like you don't have pieces on the board. You're moving, like the shared pieces, you're moving them around and trying to get things to happen, and you're hedging your bet kind of. And I don't know, it's really juicy. I like it a lot. And I also think there's some other games in my top 10 that kind of have a similar vibe.
I'm excited to hear you say that because I think both The King is Dead and Concordia kind of fall into the same grouping for me, in that I would call them elegant in terms of the gameplay, where it's very simplistic, sort of simplistic, but you get a lot of strategy out of it.
I also really enjoy the tension. Even though none of us have our own pieces in there, there's still a lot of tension about what's happening in the game, and I think that also ties into some of the games that ended up on my list. So excited.
I adore this game, and I'm so glad that it made it into your list.
And onto your board game shelves.
That is very true. Angela hunted down a copy when it was really hard to get for a while for me.
Yeah, shout out, wow, I can't remember their name, in Portland.
I thought you were just going to shout out to yourself.
Yeah, shout out me.
Wow,
Puddletown
way to
Games?
go,
Yeah,
me.
it's Puddletown Games. Also, shout out me for going to Puddletown Games. Very hard to go to that amazing board game shop. They have such a great curated collection. It's like the collection for crunchy gamers. Jumping on over to the magical number 8, we have...
Lisboa.
Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition.
Carcassonne.
Ooh.
Kanban EV.
Ooh, to
Double
Lacerda.
Lacerdas.
Yeah.
Not
Fist
quite
bump.
a crossover, but yeah. Lacerda makes their first appearance in this go-round. Gillian, why'd you put that one there?
I just think I haven't had enough plays under my belt to really determine if it goes higher, but every game we've played I've really enjoyed. And it's one thing I've learned about myself, not just in the top 10, but over the past couple of years, is that I really love a card-driven action system. And Lisboa is really nice and has dual-use cards. You can put it on the top or below your kind of tableau there to activate the top or the bottom. and it has a shared market that you can manipulate, and being able to do certain things depends on what other people are doing and how many people they have in the different like regions. And so I just really enjoy every play that I've had of it, and it's very thematic for me, at least in terms of like, you know, repairing Lisboa after the events that happened, like the earthquake, the fires, the floods, you know.
What are you, an earthquake scientist?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, and a doctor, Angela. I don't know if you knew that.
He's a doctor of science.
A rock doctor.
Oh, good.
I did find that the last play, I understood the game much better because the board was flipped up, or flipped the right way for me and Angela. So, yeah, it was a much more understandable play.
Since then, I've learned that at least the first play, the board needs to be right side up for you all. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to put it back the way so it's a face up for me.
Although Recall we just played and
Yeah.
he had it, well, I put it facing us and he was like, no, we need to change it for Reed and Angela. They're going to complain.
I feel like only Reed complains.
No, you tag along. Anyway, it's funny because I thought that might have been the case with Lisboa. I was like, this board is kind of confusing looking at it upside down. And yeah, so I'm glad to hear that it improved in your estimations.
For sure.
And for Reed, like, she complained that the board was too decorative, which it a little bit is, but literally where you sit with it upside down for you, that is the most decorative spot that does nothing. So it makes sense that was your complaint.
And we love Ian O'Toole. So.
Oh, 100%. Angela, I'm surprised Kanban is so low on your list.
Yeah, same here. I thought it would have been higher. You often tote about how much you love Kanban, Evie.
I do. I'm liking games with a theme that I resonate and connect to, kind of like being a rock doctor, and efficiency and upper management is maybe the thing that resonates with me. And I think it also to positive vibes. We've played that for a while. It was like our first Lacerda, and it just... I wonder if other Lacerdas will come up and take its place, but there's something nice about how clean the game is in its gameplay. And
Oh, don't tear up, Angela. It's okay.
I know, I'm so sad. Yeah, I don't know. I think that speaks more to what my list looks like than about Kanban.
Interesting.
I know,
Because I
right?
could have sworn Kanban was going to be in your top 3.
Yeah.
Guys, my list is a journey, let me tell you. And I didn't write it 18 times, Reed.
Here comes Butts in Space.
Well, I'm really worried for everyone because number 7 is coming up next.
Oh, no! And no sub 7s. No 7.5. No 7.75.
Oh, she's having to make a decision. She can't even talk about what her number...
Yeah,
Do
what's
you
your
remember
number
what
8?
my number 8 was?
No, not at
Carcassonne.
all.
Carcassonne.
Which is a classic. And
God.
I love that game. That game's so fun.
Carcassonne is one that I kept adding to my Pub Meeple, but it was always below 10. But it is a solid game, and it will forever be in our collection.
And that is definitely a comfort game to just bust out and play. But I'm surprised it made your top 10, given that you often mention how Becky has shifted your thoughts on Carcassonne and how mean she is.
Maybe Reed likes being mean in that game.
I don't think that's it, Becky.
I don't know. You've gotten pretty mean in there. But also, lately, I've been yellow on BGA, and I think you just think you're yellow, and so...
I do. I try and help you a lot.
No.
So Reed's
no,
like,
no.
oh, I'm doing so well. Oh, actually, that's
No,
Becky
she's being
at the end.
aggressive with my stuff, because then she has her color added in there. I'm like, what are you doing?
I wonder if this would have been on your list if we continued to play it nice. Like if it was just a quaint vibe.
Oh.
You know, because I think the way you and I played was, wow, it's so nice. We built a town. Cool. Oh, here is the river. And now we play with people who are mean, and everyone we meet is like, that's not how you play it. You got to get into
Well,
people's castles.
Becky and I did that first. We were like, we're going to steal your cities.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I thought you guys were the anomaly, but it turns out we are the anomaly.
We were. And the funny thing is that I love it to play with my family. And then when I taught CK my kiddo the whole mean version, immediately he was like, this is what I'm doing from this point forward. So yeah. Now I don't even get that relaxing game. Maybe with my mom.
It's how you play the game.
Well, that's up for question.
Why else would majority win a city?
This is why the world is the way it is, Becky.
Oh my gosh, you're not wrong, but
And
I'm
then,
coming to your city.
and happen. Ares Expedition. It's Becky's.
Yes, that was one that I was complaining in the text thread. I was like, we need to play this game. I don't remember it very well, which is not true. I do, but it has been a long time since we played it. But again, this is one of those games where I literally was closing my eyes and envisioning the game and feeling how much joy I felt. I think it's pretty perfect. We used to play a lot of Race for the Galaxy, but the deck was unmanageable with all the expansions we had. And
How dare you?
I know, but there are aspects of that game. I mean, I really like that game. Spoiler, it is not in my list, but it was one that I was like, I think it needs to be in there. But Terraforming Mars, I feel like just kind of does everything just right. Ares Expedition.
You mean, yeah. Ares
specifically.
Okay. Yeah, and the to that point, like Ares Expedition it borrows from Race for the Galaxy, the action selection system, where at the beginning of each turn, somebody chooses what action they want to take out of 5, and then every individual instance of a unique action that crops up, those will be the actions you take throughout that round. And so there's always that game of, oh, is somebody going to play the action 5, which I really want to do, but I want to, make sure I get a unique action as well. And so I really enjoy that action selection part of Race for the Galaxy and Ares Expedition.
A+ on that component of the game. And again, love a tag. And I did come from the Terraforming Mars school of crunchy games. And we haven't played this in a while, but I would love to play this.
Yeah, I think you were lamenting that we hadn't played it in a while, and it gave me thoughts that it might not be on your top 10. For as much as you liked the game, just hadn't gotten into rotation. And I worried about that with some of the games on my list, where I was like, oh, I haven't played this in a while. Does it still hold the same? It's like going back to a movie you saw as a kid, and you're like, that movie's terrible, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we need to play this soon. I was just thinking as we were talking, I'm sad it's not my birthday and I can't make us play it.
You had your chance.
No. Next year.
Turning around the corner is the dreaded, delectable, dangerous number 7. On our lists are
Shackleton Base.
Brass Birmingham.
King Domino.
Hansa Teutonica.
Ooh.
I don't know what is more surprising. It's not mine, for sure.
No, but it brought me joy.
Yeah, that's true. I see Hansa Teutonica in that same vein as The King is Dead
Yes.
and Concordia, like a really simple, elegant game that creates tension in how you play.
Yeah, and I debated, like, that was a game that I just feel like we haven't played enough. I think we've only played it like 4 times total, maybe.
Which is about what we've played Shackleton Base at, sir.
But Shackleton Base had that aspect to it that, like some other games, where it just immediately I was grabbed by it and I just loved it.
Wow.
And so, like, this is, I'm not sure. I have my list in front of me on my phone, but it's face down. I think this is the newest game on my list, and it really resonated with me. It's funny too because I was like, no, let's get it for Reed. Reed, you should buy it. You should buy it.
The amount
'Cause I
of
don't wanna buy
bullying
it.
you did
Okay.
to not get this game was astronomical.
Well, part of it, I mean, I think you were a little unsure if you wanted it. And I was also like, we need to be more fiscally responsible with board games. And
Yeah.
so then we bullied Reed into buying it to save our marriage, basically.
I mean,
And
Hanami is upstairs, so let's talk about
I mean, she didn't know about that. Anyway,
we had it that long?
no. But yeah, and to that point, like that was the first game in a very long time where we sat down, we played Reed's copy. Mid-game, I purchased it online.
Oh, like 6 seconds
Yeah,
in.
I was like, this game is awesome. So I ordered a copy.
And little did we know Angela had also gotten you a copy that she forgot about.
Yeah.
He just didn't want it. I was like, Gillian very rarely, I think if Gillian doesn't get a game, Reed has said, does that mean the game is not good if Gillian's not willing to get it? Which I think you asked about this game. So I also was like, he doth protest.
That's true.
At the behest of my spouse.
Oh, now Becky's getting this one.
It's your fault.
Yeah.
It was a group effort.
I guess going back to Hansa Teutonica, I do love that game. And yeah, the elegant component definitely stands there. I think for me it was just a little too That's another game we just haven't gotten to the table recently, and so I that was one I was a little fearful of. Like, if I put it on there, does it actually represent how I feel about it? But
I definitely think we need to play that game more. I really like it. When we first played it, I was like, this is like The King is Dead, but on the ground.
well,
It
it's
really is.
better than King is Dead because you can be meaner
Yes.
by sniping people's routes and everything.
No, there's something about that game that brings me a ton of joy. It's so fun, and that tension is great.
I don't know. When somebody swaps those 2 cards in King is Dead, that is drawing blood. So.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Wow.
Okay, so now about King Domino.
Yeah, the other king.
I knew that this wasn't going to be on anybody else's list, and this was my original, number 7. And it is so simple. And yes, it is very kid-focused or family-focused, but it is a game that I love playing anytime I play it.
Reed. And I think you're right. I don't think it's on anyone's list. This was in my original top 10 list that I made.
Oh, I'm
is-
actually not surprised
Yeah.
when you said that. I thought it could be on Angela's.
You know
Yeah.
what's- I am much better at this game than Angela is.
Okay. Well, I didn't know why we had to go there.
Well, that's why it's on her list. Cause
I know. I was
she's
like,
really
this is
good
a
at King
game that I
Domino.
could win, except Becky beats me. It's like a whole other.
It's like a triangle.
I
of
know. It's a
winning and
cycle
losing.
of nobody knows who can beat each other.
So this was on my list for a little bit in the later half, and it got a little bumped out when I was really looking through my list. But there is something about this game that is just so easy, carefree, fun, slightly strategic. You know, it's something I wouldn't mind playing with anybody, and it brings me a level of joy. And it didn't make the list, but it was so close to being on the list. So when you said it, I was like, oh, yeah. I'm so happy. Also, I'm so worried because there were a lot of things that kept trying to bump it out. So, like, don't cave to peer pressure that a family-friendly game is high up on your list.
I will not say what my other game is until it comes out, but I know that the other game that I wanted to pop it in for is on this list.
You'd be wrong. Monopoly's not anywhere. else
That's
on
number
this list.
3 for Angela.
Well, we also have our first crossover in the sense of Brass has now appeared on this list twice. I don't think any other game has had a repeat quite yet.
Becky, is it so low because Angela beats us all the time?
You know, actually, looking at my 2025 list of favorite games, it is much higher than it was last year.
Whoa.
So I think this was one that I did struggle with because, I mean, Angela does crush us all the time, and there has been some hope lost in me where I'm like, I'm never going to win this game. But I mean, when you sit down and the game is set up, you have all your perfect pieces. They're perfect just because they're beautiful. They're not necessarily beautiful. They bring my heart joy. The board is beautiful. The cards are beautiful. Like, it's such a nice game. The production is wonderful. It's a solid game, and has always been one of my favorites. And so I think it's just got a special place in my heart, and it had to be here.
It's one of those games that Becky was like, "Why'd you buy this? Well, Industrial Revolution, bam, bam." And then she
It's
played
true.
it, and she's like, "Oh, I love this game."
I do wish that the Iron Clays made my top 10 list, but they did not.
You haven't even used them yet.
I know, I will.
Also,
at some point.
we can't let games that we lose a lot drop down because then we would never put any games on our list for how often Gillian beats us. And so
I mean, King Domino would be the only one that would make sense here in that case.
You know what's
'Cause I never win King Domino.
I just looked at my top 10 list and I'm like, I win these games.
Yeah, see? See, it's real.
What? That is, I am actually shocked. Are these my favorite games because I win them
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than others?
You appreciate
Wow,
victory more than
Reed.
anything.
Wow.
Except for Brass.
I was like, except for Brass, which
That's
I
why
listed
it's number
as
10.
Yeah.
Everything else you win at. Yeah.
Do you win at Carcassonne?
Oh.
Depends who she's playing with.
All
Most
right.
of them.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
yeah.
I feel like she's probably 50-50.
Well, it's better than most games. 13% is the number that Gillian dropped of my winning percentage.
I'm also, again, and very fascinated, Becky, if Brass Pittsburgh will come along and capture your imagination like Brass Birmingham did.
Notably, Becky was like, man, Brass Lancashire.
Yes. And also about Pittsburgh. Like, I'm intrigued, but I'm also like, Brass is already perfect. Like, what would you do differently?
Add tins.
Okay.
Win.
Obviously, I love the tins. Okay, also rude. But just like looking at some of the stuff they've done, I'm like, are they just making it more fiddly because they're trying to change it up? You know, I don't know. I just think it's already so good.
It's funny, like Brass Birmingham, the number of times we played, like it is definitely a comfort game. Like it's one that we can easily take off the shelf and play. And I don't think that game has a lot of overhead. Like the complexity all comes from the strategy that you employ. Like the rules are pretty simple. So I think the additions that they make to Brass Pittsburgh may be welcome for variety, for variety's
Possibly.
sake. So we'll
I
see.
do want to add to your statement of it being a comfort game. I love it when Rita's like, well, I could play like Love Letter or Brass Birmingham, but that's it. I can't learn a new game right now.
At the
but
end of
Brass,
the night at
yeah,
9:30
I would play
p.m.
It's like so late at night, and it's like, well, we could play cards or like Brass Birmingham.
I'll play it anytime.
It's your number 10.
As we move on, the last number in this first portion of our top 10 list is going to be the rockin' number 6. Here we have
The Castles of Burgundy.
Lisboa.
Bottle Imp.
Nana.
Oh, a couple of
Okay.
card games there.
You haven't seen any card games on my list yet, and so it's a half spoiler, but I decided to not include any. So Nana was definitely one I was thinking a lot about. There were a couple others that I really enjoy, but whenever I would see them next to a board game on Pub Meeple, I was like, but the board game. But like Nana, that is so high in my heart too. We played it recently and it brought me a lot of joy.
It's funny. Becky and I didn't talk about this at all, like offline, but I had the same thought. Like I had Yokai Septet was one that constantly popped up. I would say it was very close to my top 10. But then I was comparing against other games and I was just like, I think I would play this. If I wanted a board game, like a meaty game, I'd play this. But Yokai Septet constantly popped up and it admittedly encroached on my top 10. It didn't quite make it, but yeah, I agree. Bottle Imp is up there as well, Nana as well. So those two. So I agree. Like they probably would, but I kind of ended up catering towards the board games versus the card games and trick takers. Which is why we need another trick taking episode.
No, I was literally just waiting to say we need a top 10 all-time favorite small box games episode.
Yeah, I agree. It is very, very hard to put something like that. But I think in the same way that it's hard to put King Domino up against Brass Birmingham, and you have to be able to... That's why we all came to these lists in different ways, which is very exciting because I'm like, oh, this is why I did this thing. This is why King Domino's on my list. This is why Nana is on my list. And I love... Even though we've played Nana so much, and I have said, I think on this pod, I don't love the 2-player version. So when Ashton and I play, I'm like, oh, it's too strategic. I'm not going to reveal 2 cards. And then it feels repetitive to not. And Ashton's like, la, 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 la. And I love the joy she gets when we play it. But other than that, like, little piece, even that doesn't damper it for me. Like, sitting around the table and just being silly... Yes, maybe it's Love Letter that could have sat in here, although I find it easier to play Nana with people. I don't know. It just brings me a level of joy and comfort and a little bit vibes, I think, to where Cosmic Encounter was. Like, it just fills me with joy.
Yeah, and we just played this, actually. So it was the first time in a long time that we had played it. And one of the things that I realized in playing this is one of the greatest joys to get out of Nana is when we play consecutive games and then you get things mixed up between games and it's so fun.
And that's why Gillian only won 3 out of those 4 games.
Okay. I also love that when this game specifically, when you show it to new people, especially most of the new people I show games to, they're kind of more like baby gamers or like, I don't know, they play board games, but not anything crunchy at all. And they just are obsessed. The cards are so cute. The animals are adorable. The colors are great. And it's just a fun, silly time. I think when I taught our friends Sarah and Ryan, we played it like 10 times. And then I called Gillian and I was like, hey, do you care if I give Sarah our copy of Nana? She's obsessed. So then we ordered 2 more and I gave that one to Sarah. And it was because obviously we needed 2 more. But I don't know. It's just such a joyful game. I'm glad it's on a top 10 list, even though I decided not to put it on mine.
And notably, the version for the U.S. trio is not nearly as nice.
Boo!
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
all right.
that's
Handpick
maybe
you
a
ever
little
tried. Yeah.
aggressive,
Wow.
but No, the artwork is so much better.
Yeah.
You're right.
The hedgehogs.
Yes.
So
It would
good.
not be on your top 10 list if it were just trio.
I think that's true.
yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I can't put two versions down without getting judged. So I had to
Did
say
you
Nana, not slash trio.
Did you write that down?
No, because Nana is a game that is superior.
I did put Castles of Burgundy and Castles of Burgundy Special Edition. So
Yeah, they're numbers 6 and 5 for good. They're numbers 2 and 4.
I'm very glad that Castles made it to your list. That was a game that I said I know will be on somebody's list. So
I honestly think our recent play of it really reinvigorated it because I hadn't played it for so long because you all play it online a lot on Board Game Arena and I have not. And so getting it to the table again was like, man, I do really love this game. And so it cemented it into my kind of favorite games of all time because I don't think it's ever left, but I always questioned it like the past year or two when I hadn't played it.
I have a controversial take on this. I love the fancy version.
I don't want to hear it read.
But the peasant version is
But
really easy to get to the
The
table.
peasant version, easy to get to the table, but there's something about two-player Castles of Burgundy that I love playing with Angela and the peasant version, and we've played it all together a number of times, and it is such a good time. And even though those little tiles are dumb and thin cardboard, and I don't have a good player guide, there's just it gets worse and worse and worse. I love the peasant version. I love it.
Yeah, I would agree. I have a newfound appreciation for it. Like the cardboard coffin comment comes into play, I think, with Castles of Burgundy, where it's just it's not as easy to just pull it off the shelf and, dump stuff onto the thing and call it good. You have to sift through other things to get to components.
The 97 expansions in there.
Yeah. That is one thing I like, though, the sheer variety of the, whatever.
How many boards you get.
Yeah, the boards you get, so it's varied between players.
We definitely have so much more to explore in that box, but I don't know if we need to.
Yeah, it's just good the way it is.
Yeah, it's such a comfort game. It's so good at 2 players, great at 3, great at 4. It's classic.
Well, and I just want to remind you, the feeling of those acrylic tiles when they slot into the board, Reed, is very nice.
Those are very nice, but I don't want to be too jealous.
Okay.
Oh, is that what this is about?
You know, the ones that kind of slide around your cardboard. It's not even very thick cardboard, Matt. So, yeah.
And then Lisboa.
Yes. I was kind of surprised that Lisboa is higher than Brass Birmingham, but it hasn't been in all the lists, but it did in the final list. I really enjoy that Lacerda game. I don't know what it is. Part of it's the player color, I'm sure, but I think it has a nice grouping of mechanics that I enjoy. It was definitely kind of tricky because I also really like Weather Machine, but you guys are all kind of down on it.
I love Weather Machine.
Okay, sorry. Everybody except for Angela is kind of down on it, and so that sometimes affects my feelings.
I'm down on it because Reed's down on it. She drugged me down with it.
Well, I rarely talk about how it's not my favorite Lacerda game.
But you've been very vocal when you have.
Have I? I don't think so.
I didn't even win the Nobel Prize, and I like Weather Machine a lot.
That's why Becky almost thought put it on here, is because the Nobel Prize.
Well, you don't know. It could be higher on my list.
I
True.
mean, considering she's the only person that's won the Nobel Prize.
You know what? If I had won the Nobel Prize, maybe it'd be in my top.
I mean, you're
that's
not wrong.
the theme of your
Yeah.
list, Reed.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Well, there's also Weather Machine. There's just something, too, that kind of clicks in my brain for that game where, again, Kanban Eevee, I have no freaking idea how to play that game. I always need things that I can't have, and then you guys take everything, and then I'm like, but I still need a plan, but I don't know. I don't get that game.
I think you described Kanban very well.
No, but it's a problem because I never have those things, and then I get them out of order, and it just never works out.
What if that was the review on the back?
It just never works out.
It just never works out for me. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I guess I could be a lot of Lacerdas.
Quote Becky of Board Game Homies.
Oh man, Reed, I'm not surprised that Bottle Imp is here, but maybe I am.
Wait, did you think it was
Why?
going to be
Because she doesn't
higher
win very much?
or not on there?
Wow.
You know what, Gillian? My win percentage goes up very much higher when you are not here.
Weirdly, so do a lot of our games. It's weird. No, I don't know why. I am surprised in that when we played it, you loved it and you have loved it since. But to make it into your top 10 is like Sassing. I don't know.
But like of all the trick takers, that's one she constantly requests. So it's a very consistent, desire to play.
I am going to say, and this is a hot take, I think it's my favorite trick-taking game.
Whoa.
Wow.
And I love trick takers.
Yeah.
And it's by far the one that I love. The twist and the turn and the like deviousness and secrecy and then just like hope and like stress that you have all at the same time is so good. And how every time Angela's like, what if you had this one? So then I have to like play the whole game to try and get rid of that junk card that you gave me.
One thing that I really appreciate about Bottle Imp is that it has that joy and that suspense and everything with a straightforward must-follow system. Like, there aren't really many bells and whistles. You just don't want to get stuck with this bottle, and you get stuck with the bottle if you play, like, under the current value of the bottle. And so that's the only, like, big change there.
Well, I disagree because you have to follow if you can, but then if you don't follow and you have the highest number, you still win.
Oh,
And
that
so-
is true. So
yeah.
yeah, but it's not that much of a wrinkle in
And the
the
trumps-
must-follow.
The
system.
trumps are like the lowest number, like it ticks down. So I actually think it is a little complicated.
I mean,
now that
know.
you know.
It's not. It isn't a chasing shadows.
This is how we think that.
True.
Yeah.
It's like sea salt and paper and barrage, right? Or nucleum.
No, it's nucleum.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a little harder than nucleum to understand.
Yeah.
The Trump system is so fun, and I do love that. Okay, I know that I have the highest green out, and then somebody's like, but what if I played this card? And then it's like the blue 35 or something, and it is really frustrating. It's so good.
It's a great game.
Thank you for listening to Board Game Homies. Drop us a line on Instagram or Board Game Geek at Board Game Homies and tell us what is in your top 10 games. Bye-bye.
This is the time
It is
that we
recording.
do the thing.
Oh, poor Angela in the
I
future.
know.
Terrifying.
What is happening?
Sometimes I just laugh alone editing the
Reed
podcast.
does that all the time.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm editing being like, oh, this is so funny. We're so silly.
We are funny sometimes.
I love listening to our podcast. Especially if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to be like, they can't hang out with me, but I can hang out with them. It's very little sister of me, probably.
It is. Too bad Elsa doesn't have a podcast.
I know.
You should
Sometimes I
suggest
just
it.
play her voicemails. No, just kidding. She doesn't leave me voicemails.